I've been fortunate to work with Bob on a number of cases, both where Bob was a Chapter 7 trustee and also cases where he's a Chapter 11 trustee. We had a case where, as an 11 trustee, Bob was appointed by the court to come in and oversee the operations of this manufacturing plant. In that capacity, Bob was a fiduciary for all the creditors, and his job is to maximize the assets of the estate. And Bob came in a very contentious case. He had to hire and fire people. He had to manage the operations for a time, and we ultimately proposed a plan of reorganization and confirmed a plan of reorganization in that case that kept employees employed and maximized the recovery for the benefit of the creditors and led to a meaningful recovery for the creditors in that case. It was a real success story.
Bob is one of the experts that I rely on because, you know, as a CPA, you can't know everything. So, you know, there's a lot of times we get called upon to be jacks of all trades. And it's just very important, I think, to have somebody like Bob, who is a valuation specialist, who can give me credibility or help me to give credibility to some of the information that I have to attest to for my clients.
Our firm has found Bob Morrison to be an excellent expert witness. We use him in a variety of manners in civil litigation that we handle. We've used Bob both as a consulting expert when he works behind the scenes. He reviewed our clients' QuickBooks and also their audited financial statements from their own accountants. And he came in and gave a fresh look, looked at the documents, told the clients who aren't as skilled in accounting issues actually what the documents meant. And then when the clients were asked to testify, give their depositions, they were much better prepared to testify about those documents because they had the expertise of Bob.
Bob always met the deadline, and that's important because, you know, in order for us to meet our deadline, he has to finish the work that he's doing. So it was really nice to have Bob involved working on some of these projects when, you know, even if there was a time delay or a time crisis or an issue where you couldn't get things to him exactly when you were promised, he still always met the deadlines. And that's, you know, that's one of those things that really is a difficult thing but hard to do. I just think that overall Bob is just a great person to work with, and the people that work for Bob love Bob.
It's the impact of having him there to lean on with the financial information that he can really make you understand, whereas most attorneys who don't have that background, the CPA background, the forensic accounting background, that allows them to be able to understand the documents like Bob does.
We have another case where we're working on Bob currently, which is a case which is very, very highly specialized in terms of the financial investigation that was necessary. In that case, Bob is the Chapter 7 trustee, and he and his team are and have performed a significant financial investigation. It was a fraud case, or a potential fraud case, we'll say, involving a home builder, and deposit money was missing, and so it involved a lot of financial analysis and tracing with respect to tracing the funds, and which led to litigation, and we're presently involved in that litigation and proceeding in that litigation. And Bob and his team is able to perform that investigation that can lead to the filing of a complaint, and in this case, the ultimate recovery of money for the creditors in that case.
Bob has proven to be a great witness. He is very even-tempered. He doesn't get excited or show emotion. He's a reasonable witness. When he's asked a question, he answers it and explains his answer, and I found him to do a very good job in the depositions. I found Bob to be very hands-on. He's very prompt at returning your calls. He's there to assist you if you're working late and you're reviewing some documents and you don't maybe understand exactly what this financial document means. You can call Bob, email him, he gets back to you promptly. It's the impact of having him there to lean on with the financial information that he can really make you understand, whereas most attorneys who don't have that background, the CPA background, the forensic accounting background, that allows them to be able to understand the documents like Bob does.
Bob is just very, very good at seeing all sides of the story, getting the human side of the story, which is important because you can't just look at something and say, okay, it's right or wrong. There's a lot of judgment involved in it. And again, like I said, Bob was very good at getting to the facts, getting the information that is necessary so that we could make the right decision. What differentiates Bob and the business is that he absolutely can get in there and know the difference and be able to evaluate the problems. So he's going to be very technically, but also very personable. So I love that about Bob.